Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, good evening. We are back for another Talk Tuesday. Hi, Ashley. Just waiting on some more people to join. Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing? I'm just waiting on a few more people to join. Y'all know how I gotta alert people to let them know that AccessNiniDoit is now live. Talk Tuesdays, each and every Tuesday. Let's see. We got some stuff to talk about, y'all. We got some tea. Yes. Got some things to talk about. So it's just alerting people. It's a few people joining via Facebook as well. Hi, Facebook followers, Instagram followers. I'm so excited that you all have come to join me. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Yes, today my skin is just glowing and beautiful thanks to Ice on the Beat. Y'all follow her at Ice on the Beat, makeup artist out of Charlotte. But her facial care products are keeping my skin just glowing. Yes, blame it on the highlight, blame it on my care products, blame it on this water I've been drinking. Also my mug today, my CEO mug, it came from TLJ Headlines, Tierra Lorraine. So I just want to appreciate her. I know y'all like it. CEO, that's it. Yes. This is my mug today that I'm drinking out of. Yes. Now I ain't gonna tell you what's in here now. I'm spilling tea, not drinking it. I'm just saying. No. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. First of all, let's give a big happy birthday shout out to the celebrity birthdays today. We have Young M.A. and Eddie Murphy birthdays today. Yesterday was Quavo. Marvin Gaye's birthday, rest in peace, was his as well. Some more coming up during the week. We have some amazing Aries, okay? Pharrell is an Aries. He's April 5th. I am so happy that he is the creative Aries. Juicy J is also April 5th. We got some bomb Aries, okay? Keisha Knight, Pulliam, Jasmine Sullivan, they're April 9th. Who else? Let's see. Oh, the late, great Maya Angelou, April 4th. And then yours truly, myself, April 8th, which is Sunday. So so excited to celebrate during the month of April. All of this news that I have to spill today, they starting the week off just, woo. So since the last time I was live, which was last Tuesday, we had some things going on. And y'all remember that I reported about Bow Wow, poor Bow Wow. And y'all remember last week when he took to Twitter and he was just going on a rampage, and he tweeted out, where my fans be at when niggas be capping me up and the media be going in on me, effing with every little thing I do. I don't see nobody defending Bow. Well, this week he released that he'll be releasing a project, and it's called Odysseus, which is suicide backwards. And I think that is really good. You know, he's raising awareness. He did say that Odysseus means to bring yourself back from something, being relentless. He said he's waking up to a new him. So I'm really glad that, you know, he's going to be doing something that'll be a little bit therapeutic for him. Hopefully this album will help him kind of release some tension, release some things that he's been going through. I'm rooting for him because, you know, he has been dealing with a lot. Everything that he does, unfortunately, it just seems as though he just can't get it right. Nobody ever roots for Bow. So I can agree with him on that, and I just really hope that this album can help him. His life is, Ashley said, interesting. His life is so public, and it's very public, and that's one of the worst parts about being a celebrity. Everything that you do is basically in the limelight. It's basically like public record. So I mean, you know, a lot of times you can't do anything and expect us to not have an opinion. So I think that it's really good that he'll be doing his album. He'll be able to release some tension. Hopefully he'll give us some real lyrics and, you know, things like that, because it did seem like he was doing a lot to kind of fit in with the norm of what music has been. But I am very, very excited for him to release this new project, because, you know, I think that it'll probably be something that we've probably been needing to hear. You know, by the way, please feel free to leave comments, give your opinion, agree, disagree. As you said, I would normally call it attention grabbing, but I feel like he's lived his life in front of the camera. Love that he's doing an album to help others while you are working through your own stuff. I totally agree with that. Those are my sentiments exactly. I totally agree with that. I really, really, really want him to be able to get through any hardships that he's experiencing, especially because, you know, I just don't want anybody to be feeling like suicide is an answer, or even have thoughts of suicide. You know, the fact that he's calling this album Odysseus, which is suicide backwards, you know, it kind of makes you think, like, why, you know? So I really hope that this will be therapeutic for him to be able to release something. I think his album will be good too. And I definitely think it's going to do well, because when you think about it, streaming and sales happen from the initial release, which means that when people listen to it, that's a stream, you know. Even if you don't like it after you listen to it, you listen to it. Or even if you don't like it after you buy it, you bought it. So, you know, I think that it's something that people will be looking forward to. I plan to listen to it. But it's his new project that he's working on. So Bryn said, I think his album will be good. I agree. And Little Cute Mama said, great awareness. So yes, I definitely think that there is something. So in other news, today I reported about a shooting. There was a mass shooting at the YouTube headquarters in San Bruno, California. Thank God that there are no fatalities reported at the moment. So, you know, nobody died, thank God. There are a few people who were wounded. They said that one person was in critical condition. I think he had a gunshot wound to the chest. And also, today they just basically said that the shooter was a woman. Now, she was not an employee of YouTube. They said that it was a domestic dispute that caused the shooting. Now y'all know, as women, y'all got to give us a reason to go crazy like that. So all I'm gonna say is it was a reason for it. But no, on all seriousness, she the shooter, she killed herself as well after she shot a few people. One employee was just saying all she remember is that, you know, everybody was just rushing to get out of the building. Everybody was trying to get out of the building as fast as they could, and I can agree with that. So I'm so glad that, you know, nobody died. Little Cute Mama said, praise God, there were no fatalities. And I am so glad as well that there were no fatalities. Yes, it was a woman, honey. She went off. As she said, she went all the way off. Yes, it was a woman. So we will keep in prayer to people who were injured. And I think that story is definitely still developing as far as her reasoning. They said that she was going after somebody who worked at the headquarters. So she wasn't an employee as far as I know right now, but she was definitely going after somebody who worked there, honey. And y'all know, as women, honey, it take a lot for us to get there. Right, wire hanger, right. Right, it take a lot for us to get there. Wire hanger is definitely something that'll set us off. So a few days ago, I know that y'all remember when Fabolous was in the news for domestic violence, and it actually is reported that he is being charged with domestic violence and making terroristic threats. He was arrested on Wednesday at his home that he shares with his longtime girlfriend, Emily B. They had a very bad dispute that allegedly led him to punch her in the head 7 times. So she said that she was punched in the head 7 times, and that caused severe damage to her 2 front teeth. They were actually medically removed after that. So we're gonna have to keep her in prayer, Emily B, because that's a lot. 7 times punched in the head by a man. Now there are no reports of what could have set Fabolous off for to actually make him do something like this. I was a little bit surprised. Ashley said, lost our respect for his weak A word. Yes, that was very. Now, no man should ever put his hands on a woman. Now, the thing is, he actually threatened her dad, and her brother. And I'm just like, I can't believe that he would even go that far to hit her. Now, on the court complaint, she said, Emily actually said that he texted her beforehand, there's record of the text message, that he was going to beat her in the head with a baseball bat. I can't believe it, shaking my ice on the beat. Hey girl, you see my face, girl? Ice on the beat said, I couldn't believe it, shaking my head. I couldn't either. They've been together for so long, and she said that this was the first time that this has happened. So I'm trying to figure out like what brought this anger out. And little cute mama said, a man should never put his hands on a woman. And I agree with that. That is so true. There's actually record of the text message where he told her beforehand, he's going to beat her in the head with a baseball bat or something. And then the video was released later on in the week where he was basically saying that he was telling her brother and her dad and her that I have bullets with your name on it. So he's actually being charged with terroristic threats. It's not known if they're going to charge him with 2 or 3 counts because he threatened all 3 of them. But terroristic threats, domestic violence, they say he could be facing up to 3 to 5 years in prison. So hopefully justice is served if that really did happen. They're doing their investigation. He's supposed to have a court date later on this month. So, whatever happens, justice should be served. I have no idea what could have set him off, but, nobody should ever put their hands on a woman like that. So I definitely agree with that. Moving right along, y'all good? Y'all keeping up? We keeping up with AccessNiniDoit today. So I saw something this week where, first of all, there was supposed to be a new bill passed where, now they were saying that employers can't contact you after work hours, but the bill actually says that they can contact you, but you don't have to respond. You can leave them suckers on red. You don't have to respond, and they can't chastise you or punish you for not responding when they ask you to come into work after work hours. So when you off, you off. So I don't know who that is for, but y'all need to get happy because these employers can't contact you after work. You don't have to respond if you don't want to. It's actually going to be illegal if they do try to punish you or discipline or chastise you for contacting you after work hours and you don't respond. If they try to punish you for it, they'll actually have to pay, I think they were saying $1,000 fine, or there's supposed to be some kind of business fine associated with it. So look, Ashley, I know that is something that you would be happy about. Ashley said, what? Yes. So a lot of people would be happy that bill would be passed. Don't contact me after work. After work hours, the work is done. When I go home, I'm at home. Work is done. So that would be a good bill to be passed. I also seen something where the guy who came up with the phrase, what are those? Now, I know a lot of y'all probably seen when he was a little bit upset that they used that phrase in Black Panther. Now, don't beat him up because we all know, honey, we Wakanda forever. But he is actually upset that he's not actually upset that they used it in Black Panther. He's actually upset because he's upset with himself. He feels like I should have handled my business better. I should have patented. I should have known how to conduct business in regards to a phrase that I made popular. And I totally agree. Had you handled your business correctly, had you, done the things that you're supposed to do when it comes to business and having a phrase, and he said his words were, I'm a street N-word. I know nothing about no patenting. I ain't know nothing about making things legally under my name. He actually said, and I quote, every time I see that I get depressed. I feel good that I created something that will be with the world forever. However, I feel bad because I didn't handle my business part correctly. So, honey, you mad? I mean, that's just something that he's going to have to deal with. You know, I know a lot of people that use the phrase, and I definitely remember when Shuri told to ask T'Challa, the real question is, what are those? So, and we all thought it was funny. I know I thought it was funny. So it was kind of like, you know, I definitely understand why he would be upset with himself. I would be upset with myself as well. But at the same time, it's nothing he can do about it. As she said, I feel him on that one. Yeah, I feel him on being upset with himself. Now, if he was upset with my people, you know, because we Wakanda till we die, you know, then it'll be a problem. Like, yeah, hard to feel like, as she said, hard to feel like you're being taken advantage of. And that is true. That is very true. I could definitely agree. So, prayers up for Safari. I know y'all know Safari from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Nicki Minaj's ex-husband. I'm sorry, ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, girl. They was together for so long, honey. It could have been. But he actually, the other day, which was April 1st or April 2nd, he went to the Angie Martinez show. And this is exactly how it went. Angie said, hey, I'm so happy to have you here. What's going on? And he just broke down in tears. So apparently it's reported that he was robbed a few hours before he went on the show at gunpoint. And he was so shaken up by it. I think that the main reason that he might have been shaken up by this is mostly because his uncle, who he was really, really close with, just died from being robbed while the suspect was armed. So he died from an armed robbery. They killed him when they were robbing him. So, you know, being put face down and a gun to the back of your head and they like, you know, give me all your stuff, and they taking your stuff out your pockets and things like that. You know, I can definitely understand why he would be shaken up. A lot of people thought that because of the day that the interview happened, that it was a April Fool's joke. Like, you know, she's just hyping up the interview, but it wasn't. It was so sad. It was so sad to hear that he was actually, you know, robbed at gunpoint, like face down, head to the ground with a gun in the back of his head. And his actual words were when he saw that, you know, that the people had ran away, he got up and he ran himself because he was so scared. He said that he's working with police to find who the people were. Now, this is what he was saying during the interview. Today, it was reported, TMZ actually reported that the suspects have been caught, and they actually tried to run. They drove in the car. The police chased them for a few blocks, and then they crashed the car, and they all got out and ran on foot. It was actually two suspects, and they actually ran separate ways. So they were both caught about 12 blocks apart. So I'm glad that they were finally caught, and I really hope that justice is served, because you just don't do that. People work too hard for their stuff. Man, terribly sad. Thanking God he was unharmed that day. Agree, Brenda. I totally agree. I really just feel like, you know, you just don't, like, leave people alone. When people really work hard for their stuff, it's really, really difficult to literally have everything taken away from you. And I can't imagine, you know, whether I'm walking around flossing or whatever, if I worked hard for my stuff, go work hard to get yours. I mean, I just don't understand why this, and I can understand why he was so shaken up and scared. And he actually said, you know, I'm a grown man and I'm not going to, you know, hide this from the police. If they asking me questions, I'm gonna cooperate in the best way that I can, because there's no reason for me to keep this away from them. You know, as a grown man, I need justice to be served, and I don't want them doing this to anybody else. So I can agree with that. I don't care what nobody say. If you feel like he's snitching, then you the fool. You can take justice to your own hands if you want to, but I just feel like I don't understand why he would have to just say, oh, you know, I'm going to just sit back and let these people do this to somebody else, because that's possible. You know, I mean, even if you try to take justice into your own hands, you know, you're going to be looked at as the probable cause for retaliation. So, yeah, that is my stories for today. Quote of the day also comes from TLJ Helms, who provided this lovely book. I just love it so much. Quote is, your dreams don't work unless you do. I like that. Y'all like that? I like that. You know, you got to put in work. You got to work hard. If you want something to happen, it's not going to happen unless you put in that work. And that goes for anything, whether you are in your academics, whether you are in your professional, anything that you do, you have to work hard to get it done. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I don't think that there are any other comments. Y'all know it's a little, you know, delayed with the comments on IG and Facebook. So thank y'all so much for tuning in again to Access Any Do It Talk Tuesdays. Each and every Tuesday at 9 p.m. I am live right here. You know, just make sure you tune in. Follow me. Tell a friend to follow me. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate the support. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all. Peace out.